And I am here and super excited to introduce to you Advanced Director Christina McIntosh. Christina has been with Pampered Chef since 1999. She has recruited over 175 consultants and career sales of over $770,000 in personal sales, which is awesome. And you know what, I just have to call your attention to is that really numbers don't make a successful consultant. You know, it starts really with
the other lady I was thinking about.
And you know, that's one of the things that I have to say is your belief and your attitude are going to totally navigate you through our current times, you know. So right now, your belief may be a little shaken when you're looking at shipping or you're looking at stop sell and you're like, ooh, you know, what's happening? Is my Pampered Chef world falling apart? And that's not the case because we know we have a lot of products to sell. And it's
no, I didn't because I was
and it's if you could mute yourself if you have some background noise or you're talking because I can't see the whole
sorry, I shouldn't have said anything. You obviously don't notice it.
What does it smell like?
That's okay. All right. I can't see who it is.
No.
Donna, you might want to mute all, and if they're going to ask a question or talk, have them come off mute.
Okay, I think they've stopped.
Wait, am I on mute?
No.
Now you are, Mindy. Okay. All right. So if you're, you know, concerned that, you know, your Pampered Chef world is falling apart, you are in the right place right here, right now, tonight. Because Christina McIntosh has a belief that brought me through some difficult times in my career. And she has definitely, when you talk to her about Pampered Chef, she is truly like a mom. Don't even go there. She's a company-minded person. She always stands by her beliefs in the company, and it shows. And so what happens from that is that she is an amazing leader. And I've asked her to come here because of her belief, you know, in the company. And also one of the things I have to say is Christina is a very, very good trainer. She puts things in context that everyone can wrap their head around. So she has a passion for the business like no other leader on my team. And today she's going to share with you how to use the promotions to drive those bookings and to drive your belief, if it's a little shaken, in the right direction. So Christina, I'm going to turn it over to you, and I promise I will find out if we have more background noise.
No pressure there with that introduction. Thank you, Donna. I will start with following up on something that Donna said when it comes to belief is, and you're welcome to reach out to me anytime with this, but in my 20 years with Pampered Chef, if anybody's had a reason to quit, I have. And I'm not going to lie, thoughts have gone through my head, but it's never been company reasonings. It's been personal reasonings that have shaken my why. But don't ever let it shake it so much that you walk away. Because if I haven't walked away, nobody else should have. And I'm not going to go into my whole backstory, but if you're ever curious, we can talk. There is nothing about this company that I would ever walk away from. And the reality is, if you have any questions on the shipping issues or the stop sells or anything else, reach out to your upline, network with somebody else within the organization, because I'm here 20 years later, because really I never had any intention to still be here 20 years later. But I'm here 20 years later because, you know, I was raised by a father and a mom, but my dad was just very much involved in the professional world. And I see what Pampered Chef does, and I see how they lead and their ethics. And, you know, we've chosen to be with an amazing company, and there is just nowhere else that I would want to be. So with that being said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some screen shares. So when I was going through and preparing for tonight, I was trying to look at what would be the best resources. And before we talk about using the promotions, I want to make sure that everybody knows where some of the support systems are that are out there for you, including one that is tomorrow. So that is going to be the first thing that I share with you. So let me go ahead and, Donna, you disabled screen sharing. So in a minute, I'm going to share with you, but basically we would be you might have to go to your settings. I don't know if you can do it once we're in the thing or in the recording.
Donna, go to participants and then click, you can make her your host.
Okay. Awesome. I hope I can do that. Let me find her. Okay, here she is. More and make host. Do you want to change? Yes.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Thank you. All right. So, well, maybe not. Oh, there we go. Okay, I got it. So the first place that you should go for any support is Consultants Corner, whether it be Dash, which hopefully everybody should kind of be looking at their points as a competitive thing with Dash. If your points are not up there, you are not doing enough training. And there is a ton of training in Dash and phenomenal training in Dash for you to do. But under STIR, hopefully, and let me just move this box with everybody's picture so I can see what I'm talking about. Over here, you're going to see that tomorrow, May 27th, is a Teach Me webinar, okay? And it's on bookings. So we're going into the summer months. And here's the reality. One thing that I do not take from my team is hearing, oh, it's the summer, people are going away. Well, we first of all know that this year, that really should not be coming up a lot. There is not going to be a lot of traveling going on. So I love the phrase now more than ever, because right now more than ever, you need to capitalize on the summer and find that momentum and find what works for the summer so that from year to year, you can repeat that. But this bookings webinar is going to be amazing tomorrow. You can register for it. If you can't be on it, you can listen to the recording, but I'm pointing it out to you right now because timing wise, this is key because you have so much at your fingertips that we're about to discuss for the month of June to propel you forward. And if you've never heard in training that you've done on Dash or training that you've done with your upline and your team, what you do now is going to affect you 90 days from now. That should be like pampered chef biblical to you. You need to do now because the fall moves fast. And what you do now is going to set you up for that. In addition to the fact that June is our second month for earning the new fall products. And you do not want to miss out on those. So you're going to want to take what's there and you're going to want to run with it. So the Teach Me webinar, I wanted to really point that out first to you. Okay. The second thing within STIR that I wanted to point out, and I just type in the word June in search box, is your communications calendar. And I'd love for you to just type in the chat if you knew the communications calendar was even there, or if you've ever even looked at it before. This is a huge resource to you for any month, let alone going into June. So we're going to take a quick look at it right now, because in here, you've got more information for helping you think of themes. And when it comes to a theme is a title that gives people an idea. A theme is something that you just center the products that you're going to feature or the recipes that you're going to feature around that theme. And it gives you organization for what you're doing. So here you've got theme ideas, the back patio, gathering around the fire pit, embracing sticky hands, hello s'mores. And we're not just talking the s'more sticks. Now those cute little cast irons. Oh my gosh. All right, so you've got ideas here. It goes even further, telling you it's National Fruit and Vegetables Month. That ties in to our host promotions. You've got National Cheese Day, National Eat Your Vegetables Day, first day of summer, right? Different interests from ice cream to Father's Day. And even though we've missed the Father's Day deadline for guaranteed shipping at this point, you can still promote Father's Day as long as you do it clearly. You can provide a Canva or a graphic or something that the host can provide to the dad saying that their items are coming. You could be promoting, okay, you've already got our grill tools. Let's talk about some things you can do with them. One of the biggest compliments that I have been getting through my virtual parties since the beginning of March, and I've heard this from other consultants, is customers saying to me, oh my gosh, I totally forgot I owned that. Oh my gosh, I forgot what to use that for. It's okay to be giving them value for the products they already own. When you do that, you're building customers for life. When they're seeing that it's not just about the sale of something new, it's about value for what they already own, you're building loyalty and you're building referrals. So Father's Day has different meanings. It's not just about the gift that they can put in their hand. So you've got this under here, but here's what I don't know that a lot of people are using, but you've got the list of emails that Home Office is sending out if you have subscribed to them sending these out. And if you don't know what that means, please reach out to your upline about that. But so for instance, on June 3rd, batch cocktails and mocktails. Well, something that I'm going to do to continue bookings and interest through the month of June is on the days that Home Office is sending out those emails, that's going to be a focus on my general Facebook posts, not just in a virtual party, but on my business page. I'm going to tie it into those emails because we know when somebody hears something or sees something in more than one way or more than one time, it makes a stronger connection. How many times, for those of you that have kids, do you just say to yourself, oh my gosh, I had to tell them 3 times before they actually did it? It's just human nature. So tie in the emails to what you're promoting socially on social media, whether it's Facebook or Instagram. And that involves tying in your blog posts as well, and the social posts that go on the main Pampered Chef Facebook page. These all tie into your bookings. All right, so these are a major resource for everybody. All right, so let's go in now to the promotions for the month of June, right? We're going into June. Okay, so can everybody see? Somebody give me a heads up. Mary Beth, I can see your face. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. All right, awesome. I'm picking on you because you fall right under my head in the pictures. So thank you for that. All right, so let's talk about June and what you have to offer. So first of all, if you are still trying to wrap up promotions for the month of May, you're trying to hit a career sales level, excellence award, the product free-for-all for the fall products for the month of May, it is okay to still not be explaining all the details for the June specials. I have multiple shows booked for the month of June. I have not told a single host about the double free products yet. None of my June bookings know about it, but they've still booked. Okay, so for them, it was booking based on when they wanted to host a show. They were not interested in having one in May, so we booked them in June. All right, so focus on May and know it's okay that you don't have to sit here being like, oh, I have to tell them about this, and then it's okay. Your focus this week for June is for the people that absolutely positively are not going to do anything with you for the rest of June, for the rest of May. My focus with June starts June 1st. I will start with these promotions then. You have to decide what works for you best, all right? So let's talk about the different specials and make sure that we understand, because there's multiple levels to the month of June. So if you have not really looked at the specials, you may want to get pencil and paper for this, all right? So the first option they have, as we have almost just about every month, is an option at 60% off. So that's what we're going to look at first, because that's what we're used to having every month. So during the month of June, and we're going to go through these and then come back to them, they have the salad set. And you see all the products in front of you that are included in the salad set. So that's one option. Now, big tip, when you're promoting these and using this as kind of a hook to get them to book for the month of June, for the month you're working in, focus on what they're paying, not the word 60% off. I personally am not a math person. You should see me struggling through algebra, through virtual school with my son right now. It's not pretty, but his teacher's very kind to me. But focus on the actual out-of-pocket cost. That's what they need to know, not 60% off, all right? So we've got our salad set as one. Then they have the cool and serve set. Now make sure, because the first time I looked at this, I did not look at it very closely. I thought it was the 2 different trays, but it is actually the large cool and serve tray and the divider that goes in the large cool and serve tray. Okay, so this is a separate option to the other dividers that come with it. The 2.5 quart cool and serve bowl and the family size quick stir pitcher. Okay, so make sure you know exactly what's in the set when you're talking to somebody about it. The cast iron set, I love this. I'm still new to cast iron. I'm still learning it. We just cooked with it tonight. I get scared every time I clean it. That's just me, but it's good. We love using it. All right. The pantry set. Now, hopefully everybody realizes this is not all they're getting for $68. It's not just these 3. All right. And I had this discussion with several on my team recently, like, why are they paying $68 for those 3? Set includes 26 pantry items, and there they are. Now, this is in marketing imagery, and this list is the second page to the main flyer that we're going to see in a little bit. Okay, so that's where you're going to find this under marketing imagery. All of these are under marketing imagery. All right, so this is a really cool way to get them involved, to get them connected. If you're doing a mystery host party, I'm going to throw this out there, and maybe this is what you choose at 60% off. And if you're, if you're kind of doing a mystery host, but maybe you purchase the 60% off, and then if everybody's local, you could give them each a seasoning. You could draw names and give them as prizes. So there's different options you could do there. Remember, you get a seasoning in somebody's hand, it's consumable. They're going to want to refill it, which brings them back to you. All right, so this is a really nice special. And of course, we have our air fryer special, and I want to make sure we touch base on this to make sure everybody understands how this works during the month of May. In May, it is 60% off to hosts when their party hits $650 in guest sales. Let me repeat that. It is 60% off, not half off, to hosts when they hit $650 in guest sales.
Christina,
Now, some might think, oh man, that's a lot. But remember, $650 is also what we want them to hit, because then they're going to hit the double free product value in June. So it's tied in together. Home office thinks these things through. They don't do these things on a whim. Okay, it's all tied together. So think about how happy your host is going to be when they're able to earn that air fryer at 60% off. It is going to make it less than just about anything else on the market they can get, and it's going to have so many more features. Don't quote me on that because I haven't priced them out, but that's my mindset right there. Is it's a no-brainer. Hit that $650. You've got that air fryer so inexpensive, and you've hit the double free product value. All right. So I'm going to be telling you some things that I'm going to be doing starting in June, because again, I'm not promoting this until June 1st when all my May shows are closed up and I'm working. But I do top heavy the beginning of my month, because especially in a month like June, June to me is a super easy month to get bookings from shows that you're doing for that same month and to book close in. Because think about it. If you're a host, so Donna's my host first week of May for a virtual party, and she's got this long list. And sure, she does really well and gets to choose a lot of free products with the double free because she goes far over the $650, but she still has more things she wants. So if she has 3, 4, 5, 6 bookings for June because they all want this special, then she has that many more half price items still during the month of June. It's easy to book more parties, top heavy the beginning of your month, okay? And when you do that now, it's going to set you up for a super successful fall, because remember, we kind of lose a little bit of time at the end of November and at the end of December. And depending on how new some of you are, it may sound crazy that I'm sitting here mentioning November and December as we're walking into June, but this is part of having a business mindset with Pampered Chef, is looking forward and knowing what's coming. Focus on the beginning of the month. It makes a huge difference down the road. All right. So I'm going to go back real quick, if I can remember. There we go, to these. All right. So how am I going to promote these now that we've reviewed what is available during the month of June? So one of the big things that I like to do is use the host specials as a focus on my outline on my virtual party. So if you're creating your own outline, or if you're working as a team to create outlines together, one day may all be about salads. And I'm going to focus on the salad set. These are going to be my key products. This is what my recipes are going to be surrounded by. I'm going to show pictures with that beautiful wooden salad bowl serving the food. I want to pique their interest. I want them to want every single one of those products. I want them to say, oh my gosh, the total of my order is getting high on this. I want all these. I have a great solution. You should book a party. You want to give them reason. So this becomes part of my outline, whatever either the current month is or the following month, or sometimes I combine them. So I may have a little June, I may have a little July, because the reality is, we know not everyone's going to book in the exact same month, in the month that we want them to book in. So let's give them that reasoning for 2 months, but focus on the first. So, day 2 may be following up on outdoor entertaining. We've just worked on salads. Let's now work on how are we going to keep all the food chilled? How are we going to keep those deviled eggs chilled? How are we going to mix up that sangria and just be able to plunge it a little bit? I'll tell you what, those quick stir pictures for your really heavy entertainers, or just they want to sit outside by the pool if they can't entertain right now, whatever the case may be, they like sangria. They want that quick stir picture, especially if they've got a few. There's no mess in mixing it up before pouring. And that is coming firsthand from customers that use it for that reason. Okay. So again, another option right here. And this is a great set to go live with, not even with food in it, just to take the pieces apart. And if you're not comfortable going live in your parties or on your business page, you don't have to be in the video. It's about the product. It's not about us. Now, I still recommend, and those on my team will tell you, I say this often, still dress professionally. You never know when the camera accidentally hits you. Okay. So still be dressed and ready for how, if you ended up on camera, you would want to look. But set the camera up or have a family member or friend help you with the recording and focus on the products. This is something that I'll go live with without any food in it, just to show the different variations of the cool and serve trays. To show them how, like the large cool and serve, how I could have one half flat with dividers in it, and the other half I could have deviled eggs in, and then I'll take it out and reconfigure it. And then my discussion piece following that video is, how would you use it? Imagine sitting outside at your house. What food would be in it? Paint a picture for us. Get them thinking, because it's not about how you as the consultant will use it. It's about how they will use it. So we get their minds going. We get them thinking about how they'll use it so that they justify and find a reason for why they want to have it. And that's how we bring that desire in for them to host and receive that. Cast iron is a great discussion piece in virtual parties. This is huge in my parties right now, as far as people talking about cast iron, sharing tips about memories of their grandparents using it. I mean, this is a heart tug piece. And this is something you can be using right from the start. And if you don't have the cast iron yet, use the videos from marketing imagery that Home Office has for us. We have some great videos of Tim cooking in these. And I'm not going to joke with you like I said, I'm still learning it. So first of all, the chili lime pork is amazing. And there's a video of Tim doing that recipe, and I made it. But after I watched the video 3 times, and my husband said to me afterwards, he's like, wow, I didn't realize you knew so much about that. Well, it was because I just watched the video 3 times and I repeated just about everything Tim said. Okay, so use the videos. You don't have to make this stuff up. It is so cool. I get a little excited, sorry. So, but try it, play with it. Use testimonials from friends, from consultants, from hosts, but play up the cast iron. The cast iron could be its own day, or you could have a cookware day in which the cast iron is a focus. And then again, you're getting that excitement going. The pantry items, if you are doing live demos in your shows, if you are promoting recipes during the month of June, every recipe you promote should have a pantry item in the ingredient list. If it doesn't have a pantry item in it, don't put it in your outline. All right. Again, connect the pantry. Let them know, why do I need the Pampered Chef pantry items? There's reading that you can do on the pantry items. There's training you can do about the freshness and about how how they bring out the flavor, other flavors in food and so forth. So the pantry item should definitely be a focus. And if you post a recipe, and I post multiple recipes a day, because I find that that's I find right now that people in my surveys at the end of a party are saying that they like the recipes more than the games now. The games used to be the number one, but now it's about the recipes because of everybody cooking at home. So I will post a recipe and I'm going to talk about the pantry items. I'm going to bring out in every show, which pantry items do you use? What do you use them for? Why do you like them? Again, a great way to engage the guests in the party and let them sell the other guests on the items. You don't have to. They're going to, because they're going to start raving about them. But especially in June, but I would make this year round. Make the pantry items a focal point. It's something they're going to call you and say, hey, I needed to order this, but I also need to order this, this, and this. So pantry items should definitely be a focus, okay? And it brings us to the air fryer. Make sure you're being really clear with people in your parties that the air fryer is available for the host. I do emphasize to people that when they go online, they're going to see that it says sold out, or however it's listed. I don't remember what my wording is at the moment, but I say, but it is available to one person. Well, I do block parties, so it's available to 3 or 4 people, and that's our host, because, and I explain how they can get the air fryer. But I still promote the air fryer as if it's available to everybody, because we're painting that desire. We're developing that desire for people to want the air fryer. This has been amazing, and that is why the air fryer is the way it is right now. I didn't want it. I was mad when it came out because I have one that's been sitting on my counter for 3 years unused. This is a game changer. And it shows by the popularity and by how much the hosts want it. So here's the thing. I'm not sharing, I'm going to talk about the double in just a second. I'm not sharing any miraculous tips with you all. I'm kind of sharing kind of like, aha, simple, go back to basics, because that's what we need right now. In the chaos of the world right now, we need the basics. We need it simple. And the simplicity here is focus your outlines, focus your posts, whether they're on your business page or they're in your parties, on what the promotion is. Create the desire. Share the features and the benefits. Engage them in conversation. It's what it comes down to. But the bookings will be there. Just be intentional. So let's talk real quick about the double rewards. Here's the key. And this is with any party. But again, if you really want to kick off June and you want to see your numbers up there and see you ranked at the top with the consultant sales numbers and get that big paycheck, that big commission check, your first step when you book a party is immediately saying to the host after you thank her or him is, what is it that you want? If I could show up at your door with a couple of boxes of products, what would you want to be in those boxes? They have to have a desire in order to fuel the double rewards. So what is it that they want? When you find out what that desire is, when they create that wish list, which we should be doing for every party we do, no matter what month it is, no matter what the host special, but especially in June, because especially with your beginning of the month parties, that's going to add more parties towards the middle and the end of the month. They need to come in knowing what they want. If it's just like, oh, I just want a few things, they're not going to be as motivated. I'm going to use the example of a host I had in April, and she was a goal setter, and we made a list of what she wanted. And she thought she had everything she wanted once we got to like a $700 party. She was only spending just under $100, even with her half price items. And I said, Jen, nothing else you want? She's like, well, I was thinking about this and maybe even this. And I said, all right, well, why don't you just go ahead and let's just collect another $100 in orders and get you that. Okay. So she did. I said, Jen, you did a great job meeting that goal. You want another goal? Okay. Well, what other things do you want? And she told me. I said, all right, let's just go for another $200 in orders. Okay. And she did 2 days later. We kept going from that $700 starting point to just about $1,400 in sales. And then I threw in there the bookings like, we got mini cast iron skillets coming out in June. I want those. Help if somebody booked a party so you don't have to pay full price for them. All right, I'll get somebody to book a party. It's communication. It's building excitement. What are we doing? We look at our why. We look at our why as to why are we doing this? Why do we want a higher commission? I'll put it out into the universe that my husband and I are thrilled by the fact we never thought we'd see this day coming, but with a student that just finished her freshman year of college, all right, we still have the college loans, but by August 1st, all of our college debt, or not college debt, our credit card debt should be paid off. So I have my why as to why I keep booking parties. Why aren't we painting that why for hosts as to why they want a few more orders and why they want a few more bookings so that they can fulfill their kitchens? And with the double free, you totally have that option to make that happen. So I want to stop here and see what questions we have. It looks like we have quite a few things in the chat. Like I said, keep it simple, but keep it focused and keep it intentional. So Donna, did you come across anything in the chat that we need to?
Right now, just lots of compliments. Great tip. Love the idea. Theme day for each host, 60% off product grouping. Can you can you share what questions are on the survey?
So my survey is super simple. I used to complicate things, and Donna's going to be super polite, I know, and not smile or smirk. Okay, no, she's not. She's going to smirk. She knows. She's even ducking her head. All right, I've been there. I've complicated it. I've made it like 2-3 pages long if you could print it. My survey is very simple. All right, you ready? Host name comes first, because when I do my block parties, I use the same survey in the block party. So I want to know which host that the guest goes to first. Then it's first and last name. And those two things are required on my survey. Phone number is required. Email I put as optional. And I do put for their email. And this is really for me, for those that are not ordering, because I have their email if they do. But if they're not ordering, I want to know if I can put them on my newsletter. So I say, please share your email if you'd like to be added to my newsletter list for updates from Pampered Chef, specials, recipes, and so forth. I don't remember how I word it, but that's basically the message. Some people put it, some people don't. And I respect that because I've been added to too many emails myself. Then I ask if they've been to both a virtual and a home party. And then I ask if you've been to both, which did you like more or why? I'm doing that because I'm going to tell you that down deep, I am a home party person. I have dedicated my life to my children and to my husband, and that is my social time. That is my time out of the house. That is part of why I stayed a consultant as long as I did. It's where I've met most of my friends, is hosts that I become friends with, guests that I've made connections with. I'm using that right now so that, and I have people that say I really prefer the in-home party, because you know that those are at the top of my list for as soon as we can start doing in-home parties again safely, that I will be reaching out to book a party with. So that is why that question is on there. The next question is about bookings. And it says, which of the following were you aware were benefits of booking a Pampered Chef show or party? And then I list a lot of the benefits. So I'm listing free products, half price items, monthly host special, 10% past host discount for a year, ability to use free product to reduce the cost of your startup kit as a new consultant, super fun and easy, virtual parties are free to run. You know, I'm listing a bunch of ideas. And it's done as a checkbox so they can check more than one. And what it's doing is if they didn't pay attention to my booking posts, then it's recapping all the benefits in the survey for them. And the next question is, which of these benefits would you like the most when you host a show? And it's asking them, when would you like to book your party for? And it's giving them the option to say no. All right. So in my options, it's saying, yes, I want to book a party right now. Call me to schedule. Yes, I want to book a party, but I'm not sure when. Call me to talk more. No, I'm really not interested, but thank you for asking. I'm not interested, but I know somebody who would be. Contact me for more details about this person. So again, put it in the words that sound natural to you. And then the recruiting post is right, or question is right after that. Again, which of these did you know were benefits of being a Pampered Chef consultant? And a similar question about asking if you'd like to become a consultant. After each of the booking and the recruiting, I do have one more that just says, if you answered no, it's not for me, but thank you for asking. Could you share a little bit about why not? It just helps me to become a better consultant to understand. And I do that. So if they say I don't have the time, I reach out and just say, you know, I get that a lot. And I always wonder, you know, am I misportraying something in how long it takes to host a party or to become a consultant? So I'm curious about how much time you think is involved. So that leads me into a discussion with them, and sometimes I can turn that around. But it's just very simple. I don't know, what is that? It's like 7, 8 quick questions. Doesn't take them long to answer. And that's pretty much what my survey is.
Right. Thank you. I don't see any other.
Donna, we have one from Tina. It says, how do you get it to them? Tina, are you talking about, I don't know where you are on my screen. Tina, are you talking about the survey? Oh, there you are. I post, so have you done Google surveys before? Okay, so reach out to your upline. I'm not sure who your upline is. Reach out to your upline if you run into any problems, which I doubt you will, but just, you know, post on one of the pages where you can connect or reach out to me. But it's just, you go to Google Forms and you can do surveys there. And then where it says send, it gives you a link. And I post that link in the party for them to fill out. And then when I go back to my original form that I created, it says questions and it says responses. And that's where I can see all of their responses. And there is a recording on how to make a Google survey. So that should be available to you. So just reach out and ask, and we'll make sure that somebody will make sure that it gets to you, okay? On to how to do that. Oh, Ashley did a whole like summary of what I typed. That's really cool. Ashley, can I hire you? I need an assistant. Thank you. Keep it simple, everybody, and your June will be phenomenal, I promise. But it's all about keeping it simple. We complicate it ourselves. We really do. And if anybody's complicated things, I have. So if you're ever sitting there like, I think I'm complicating this and want to reach out to me, feel free. It's fine. Because I've been there, I've done it. And I will be happily guide you to not doing it. And I will tell you. So just only contact me if you're okay if I tell you outright you're complicating it.
Thank you, Christina. We so appreciate it. And remember, you know, I mean, there's the tools. Follow this, follow the call, follow the tips, and you're going to rock June. So
and register for the Teach Me webinar tomorrow.
Yes, register for the Teach Me webinar. That's perfect for you. Okay, good. Thank you so much, Christina. Great information. You got so many great tips and comments. So if you haven't seen them, we so appreciate and value everything you invested into our call. So have a great week, everyone, and be safe. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Don't do it again. Stop it.
Okay.